Good day, students. Welcome to mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over an easy way to carry out percent calculations. Before we get started, let's take a look at the formula that will be guiding the problem solving process. Okay? So the formula that we're going to be using, which really simplifies the process of calculating percentages, is A equals P multiplied by B. Now, what do these three variables mean? A represents the final amount after calculating a percentage of a particular base amount. P represents the percent of a particular base. So P is a percent, and one thing you want to note is that the percent has to be in decimal form before you apply the formula. Okay? So P is the percent, and B is the base amount that you're going to be calculating the percent of in order to get the final amount. So we're going to be applying the APB formula to the following examples. Question 1. 60% of 300 is what? Okay, so the formula again, let's write it, that's going to help us solve the problem, is amount equals percent of base. Now let's inspect the problem that we're given. Is always represents the equal to symbol. Okay? Percent, 60%, is easy to see that this is our p-value. Of represents multiply. Whenever you're dealing with percent problems, you're always calculating the percent of the base amount. So you have 60% of the base. So this will be our b. And this value that we are solving for is going to be the final amount. Alright, so let's go ahead and write down what we have. The final amount, A, after calculating the 60% of 300, is unknown. The percent P is 60%, but this must be converted to decimal form first. Okay? So if you want to convert 60% to decimal form, you move the decimal point to the left 2 places, since we have 2 zeros in 100. So that's going to become 0.6. The base amount that we're calculating 60% of is 300. Now that we have our known and unknowns, we have only one unknown with one equation. We can solve it for A. Rewrite the formula. A is equal to percent times base. Substitute and solve. So let's see. A is A. We don't know what it is. P is 0.6, the percent form of 60%. And the base amount is 300. So we can simply multiply, let's do the calculations on the side here. 300 multiplied by 6. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 3 is 18. We have only one digit to the right of the decimal point out of our two factors. So that means we'll move the decimal point of our product one place to the left just to compensate for this. One digit to the right of the decimal point. And our final answer will be 180. So we have A equals 180. Okay, so let's place the answer in the context of the question that was asked. So what does this answer mean? It means that 60% of 300 is what? Is 180. Okay, so this is one way you can use the APB percent calculation formula to solve a percent problem. Alright, let's take a look at question number 2. It reads, What is 20% of 150? Okay. All right, let's write down our formula again. So the formula that we're going to be using is the APB formula. Amount equals percent times base. So can you determine what the amounts, the percent, and base values are in this particular problem? We know that is equal. We can easily see that percent is P, of is multiplied. So you're always computing the percent of the base value. So 150 is automatically your base. Okay? And then A, what we are looking for, the unknown, is the final amount. All right, so let's specify what we know and what we need. A is unknown. The percent is 20%, but this has to be written in decimal form. So we move the decimal point 2 places to the left to yield 0.2. And the base amount that we're calculating 20% of is 150. Okay, so we have our two knowns and our one unknown for our formula that has 3 variables, so we're good to go. The formula is A equals PB. Amount A is unknown, so we have A equals, the percent in decimal form is 0.2, and then you multiply that by the base amount, which is 150. Okay, we can easily multiply this out. Let's see, 150 multiplied by 2. 2 times 5 is 10, carry 1, 2, 1, 2, 300. We have 1 digit to the right of the decimal point, so we have to adjust our product by moving the decimal point 1 place to the left, and then we'll have A equals 30. So what does this answer mean? It means that 30 is 20% of 150. Okay, so this is another type of example that you can use the APB percent formula to solve. All right, let's take a look at another problem, question number 3. And it goes this way. 10 is what percent of 200? Okay, so the formula that we're using, same APB formula, A equals percent times base. Now, can you identify what A, P, and B are in this problem? Well, we know that is equal to what percent is going to be our P value. What percent basically tells us that we do not know what the percent value is here. Of is the operation, multiply, and you remember we always calculate the percent of the base. So 200 is automatically your base, and this value here is your final amount. Okay, so A is 10, P, the percent, is unknown, and the base amount is 300. So we have everything we need to compute the percent. Formula again is A equals PB. A is 10. If we substitute, P is P, since it is an unknown, times 300. Okay? Oh, wait a minute. Base is 200, not 3. I changed the problem for some reason. So base is 200, 200. Okay, that's more like it. Now, to get P by itself, we have an algebraic equation with one unknown. So to get P isolated, we'll do the inverse of multiplying by 200, which is just to divide both sides by 200. And that will isolate P. Okay, you notice the 200s divide out here, and then divide out the zeros here. So we have 1 over 20. Okay, so this is the percent value in fraction form. But how do we write 1 over 20 as a percent? We simply multiply it by what? Multiply it by 100. Okay, multiply by 100. And what does that yield? It gives us 100 over 20. Zeros divide top and bottom by 2. And that will give us the final result, which is 5%. Okay, so what does our answer mean? Our answer basically means, let's go back to the question. It says 10 is what percent of 200? So the answer means that 10 is 5% of 200. Okay, so that's the final answer for question number 3. Okay, let's take a look at question 4, slightly more complicated. So question 4 goes this way. As of 2014, 1% of the US population owns 40% of the wealth in the US. Okay? So if the United States, if the US has a population of about 318 million, that's in 2014, how many people own 40% of the nation's wealth? Okay? Now, what might make this problem look complicated is the fact that we have 2% values. We have 1% and 40%. So what on earth are we doing? Okay, so to help us solve the problem, we want to rewrite it in such a way that we identify the key values that are applicable to the problem solving process. Okay, so obviously we're going to be eliminating one of these percent values, either 1% or 40%. So what is the question asking us to do? It's asking us to calculate how many percent of the people in the entire United States that owned 40% of the wealth. Okay, so we're told that the percentage that own 40% of the wealth is 1%. So if we want to rewrite this problem, we can simply say 1% of the US population owns 40%. Okay, owns 40% of the wealth. Now, in this problem, are we asked to look for the amount of wealth that the percent owns or the amount of people? The problem asks for how many people. So this is telling us that we're focusing on population, not wealth. Okay, so 40% applies to wealth, 1% applies to the population. So this percentage value right here, wealth possession, is not applicable to this question. Alright, so what the problem is asking us is, if we want to rephrase it, 1% of the US population, 318 million, 1% of 318 million is what? That's what the problem is asking us to find. What population in numerical terms represents 1% of the entire US population? Okay, so now that we have it in this format, we can call up our formula, our APB formula, and see what's the percent, what's the base, and what's the final amount. Okay, 1%, we can clearly see that this is P. Of means you're multiplying by what? A base amount. The base amount is 318 million. Is equal to, what is the unknown? The unknown here is the amount after computing 1% of the entire population of the United States in 2014. Okay, so let's write down what we have. A is unknown. P, the percentage value is 1%. We have to convert this to decimal form. So we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, 0.01. And the base amount that we're calculating 1% of is 318 million. Okay? Now we're good to go. Let's rewrite our formula, substitute, and solve. So we have A equals PB. The amount A is unknown. Percent is 0.01. And then we have 318 million. Let's write it out. 318 million. 0.00000. Okay. If we multiply these two together, we can just rewrite 318 million. Since one of our, let me delete the parentheses, the commas. Since one of our factors has 2 digits to the right of the decimal point, that means we have to adjust our final product. Okay? So here we are going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. Bam. Just like that. So our final answer, we have 318,000,000, comma, comma. So about 3.18 million people own almost half the wealth in the United States, which is interesting. Okay, so let's contextualize our answer. 3.18 million people own 40% of the wealth in US as of what year? 2014. Okay, so this is another example where we can use the APB percent formula to compute percent problems. All right, so that's that. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. If this tutorial helped you in your studies of percentages, do give us a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is very valuable to us. If you have any questions or comments about what we covered in this presentation, feel free to place it in the comment section below and we'll be more than glad to respond. We update videos up to our YouTube page on a regular basis, so do subscribe to our channel for updates to other cool tutorials such as this. More clips can be found on mathgotserved.com. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.